Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to day 30 of the 31 Days of Horror. That is right, peeps. DBougie86 back up in this. Today I have what I consider a stone cold classic. That is right, peeps. I went with some comfort food for day 30 just because why not? And it's a film that I love. And I'll probably do like another video on this on my other series after this called My Horror Stories, which, it's going to be a little bit different than this actual video, where I'm going to tell you my history with the movie instead of just a review. So look out for that. But here is a review of a film from 1987 known as The Monster Squad. That is right, peeps. Going back with some Fred Decker shit here for today. Uh, if you don't know the plot of the Monster Squad, pretty much it's a group of kids that make this club where they love monsters, and they call themselves the Monster Squad. But unbeknownst in their very small town, uh, there's actually like this ancient medallion that could bring the end of the world if it gets in the wrong hands. And by the wrong hands, I mean Count Dracula. So Dracula ends up coming to this town, but he doesn't just come alone. He ends up bringing with him not only the mummy, he brings with him the Wolfman, he also brings Frankenstein's monster, and that's right, he also brings the Gill Man, and they are all together. And as a fan of like the old Universal monster movies from the heyday, that's the shit I grew up on. This was like a nerd boner moment for me when I first seen this movie at a young age, where I got to see all these monsters fucking together. This is like the Avengers of this fucking monster universe, in the sense where all these creatures are actually together. And it's iconic scene when you see them all next to each other, and it's fucking awesome. So this group of kids discover this plot that Dracula is in town and trying to find this ancient amulet, and they decide to band together to stop them before it's too late, and they have this amount of time to do it. And it goes from there. And, I'm not going to spoil the ending of it, but, yeah, it goes from there. If you've seen the Monster Squad, you know how it ends, and if you didn't, go fucking watch it now. Uh, yeah, this movie's 80s is all hell. Has some hammy dialogue, of course, brought to us by Fred Decker and co-writer Shane Black. Some of it has aged kind of poorly for the time period it came out in. I will admit that. So it might, you'd be like, huh? What? But it's fucking like a time capsule movie for me myself. I just like the performances, including MVP of this movie is Tom Noonan as the Frankenstein monster. It's just a great performance, and he makes it his own. And he's one of the best portrayals of the monster on film, in my opinion. I always love Tom Noonan in movies. He's a great character actor, and this performance is no exception. And the other MVP of this movie is Stan Winston's special effects. The Gill Man, fucking awesome design, and he's played by makeup effects artist Tom Woodruff Jr., who also played Pumpkinhead, and yeah, fucking amazing. The Mummy looks pretty fucking awesome. The Wolfman, fucking amazing. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot when he's not the Wolfman, the actor who plays the fucking regular dude who's when he's not Wolfman is fucking Uncle Rico from fucking Napoleon Dynamite. It's fucking great. John Grease. Great supporting cast. You got like Stan Shaw and Stephen Mock. Stephen Mock's actually the main boy character's father in the film. He's a cop, and there's actually some choppy editing with some like story subplots with like where it seems like there's some up and down relationships between Stephen Mock and the mother character who's played by fuck, what was the actress's name? She's in like Lethal Weapon and she's the mother in the Goonies too, which is kind of weird. Yeah, I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but they cut a lot of like the situation stuff out of their characters in that sense, where it's not the main focus because it's the kids movie, and there's always some great lines in this movie, like the lines if you heard this movie. Wolfman's got nards. My name is Horace. You know, fucking so many good scary German guys bitching, which they actually had some subplot with the scary German guy in this film, which even when at a young age I did not get when I first seen this movie, but when I got older, I'm like, whoa, and because the line is, "You must know a lot about monsters. You may say that," and then they show his concentration camp tattoo on his hand, and little small touches like that. When you get a little bit older, you notice that. Fred Decker had a very misfortunate career because he made two great movies in the 80s, Night of the Creeps and The Monster Squad, that are top notch for me and classics in their own rights for different reasons. This one is a great gateway horror film for like the younger generation to get into. And it's just fun. It's like the Goonies of horror. That's the way I always put it. Even though the Goonies does have some scary parts in it when I was a kid, like there's some dead body shit in there that's like some Indiana Jones shit. Like when those corpses used to come out as a kid, especially in little side note. In Raiders of the Lost Ark, the scene that usually scared the shit out of me is the scene where Marion's in that room and there's all those cadavers, and there you see that fucking one cadaver with a fucking snake coming out of its mouth. Scared the fucking shit out of me. But yeah, fucking good shit. And Monster Squad, instant classic. It gets a perfect score for me. I'm not gonna rate it on here, but you know what a perfect score for me is. I pretty much love it. Does it have faults? Probably. But overall, I enjoy it for what it is. And, it's a me movie. It might have its problems with other people. I'm not one of those people. And, I'm not going to say that it doesn't have problems, because it probably does. It probably hasn't aged well at all. But overall, it's a fun fucking movie. And I enjoyed watching it this time even more. So, and, it's good stuff. Yeah, Monster Squad. Love it, love it, love it. Alright, guys, that's it for day 30. I hope you enjoyed the review. And as always, I'll be back tomorrow for Halloween. And, yeah, it's going to be fun. See you then. Bye-bye.